Okay, so today we're going to be tying an old pattern. It's called the Baby Sunfly. It's a pattern that you don't really hear much about anymore. It was devised by a gentleman by the name of Reverend Edward Powell, and Edward Powell spent much of his life fishing Shropshire streams. It is a good Welsh border fly. It works on chalk streams. I use it on my local river. It's particularly effective when there are black gnats on the water or even the hawthorn fly. So you get the best of both worlds. The materials for it are straightforward enough. So I'm using dark brown. You could use the rusty one as well, but dark brown in an 8/0. I'm using a Partridge hook. This is a barbless SLD2, so it's a medium wire hook. The traditional pattern for this is the Partridge L3A. The body itself is a hare's mask, and it's actually the fur between the eyes onto the nose here. It's that darker fur. And the hackle and tail, you can do two things. One is you can either use a black cock hackle, or you could use cockabundu. I don't have any cockabundu, so today I'm going to use black cock hackle. Okay, so to start this fly, get your brown thread, a couple of mil from the point, from the eye, and bed it in. If you hold your tag end at 45 degrees from the bend of the hook, every single turn will bed in against the predecessor and come down to where the barb would be, so between the barb and the point. Snip. Okay, so get your cock hackle to tie in for the tail. I'm just using a little Chinese cock cape for this. Alright, so the length of the tail and roughly the length of the body. It's too long. Pull that in just very slightly. And again, a little bit more, just slowly but gradually. It's fine. Okay, make sure that hasn't rolled. There we go. I like to bring my thread back up and just lock all that in. Take your time. Nice and tidy. I was always taught that tidy flies last longer. I think there's some truth in that. Okay, and bring your thread back down. Okay. Now at this point you can, if you create a small dubbing loop in your thread, you can use the brown thread as a rib going up. If I'm honest with you, I just don't worry about that bit too much. I just put the fur up the body. So we'll see the fur now. Just be careful not to pull out too much. Sometimes you can get a bit of blue underfur in there, and that's what you don't want. Okay, so just give that a mix up. So there's my dubbing. There's two schools here. Some people prefer to wax the thread before they dub. I don't. I like to put it straight on. So again, less is more. So don't go heavy on your dubbing. If the body ends up being too small, you can always put more on after. The challenge is if you put too much on, it's taking it off. This is why I don't wax my thread, because my dubbing I can move up and down with ease. Okay, slowly build that up. Okay. Just take your time. you want to be aiming for a really nice sort of tapered body. Not a huge taper, but enough where it's a bit visible. Okay. Okay. This point here, what you can do is you can give a little brush out. So this is my number one tool. It's a lollipop stick with a bit of Velcro stuck to it. It just enables me to brush the fly out a little bit. Okay, straighten them back. There we go. Okay, hackle. So clean the fluff away from the base of the hackle. There we go. Okay, a little bit of wax. So the benefit of a little bit of wax when you're tying a hackle in it, just gives it a little bit more grip. It's really the only time I use wax. Okay, tie your hackle in. You want to have your hackle where it's the shiny side up. Okay. Take that off. Okay. Right, faithful hackle pliers. Some people hackle without them. I prefer to use a hackle plier. Okay. And be generous with your hackle. If you stroke the fibres back before every turn, it bends them back. It can get a little bit messy. Okay. There. So 2 turns around it to lock it in. One in front. Okay, come in with your scissors. You've got 2 ways of doing it. You can either snip, or you can open your scissors just slightly and push. I'll do the push technique here. There we go. Okay, the only thing now is just to finish the head off. So, get your varnish needle. Just apply a little bit of varnish onto the thread there where you're going to tie it in. Because it's a small fly, it just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, get your whip finish. One, 2, 3, and 1 fork. Okay, there you go. And there you have it. It is very, very simple. Very simple pattern to tie. Not too dissimilar from the grey duster. And there you go. Give it a tie. Give it a try.